Tyler Perry, and he's going to explain to us what has eating success.
Well, I've done a bit of playwriting and stage acting, as well as TV acting and show writing. But what most people know me for is the films I write and act in, like, Medea's Family Reunion, or Medea Goes to Jail, Daddy's Little Girls, stuff like that. I feel like that's where most of my profits come from and where everybody knows me.
What was the inspiration for Medea?
Medea is really a representation of the people who have influenced my life, and that would mostly be my mother and my aunt, and believe it or not, Medea is the PG version of how they would act, so, yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about your past and how you came to know?
Well, my past it's very troublesome. I was abused and molested by my father and some of his friends growing up, and to escape the problems that my father would bring about, I would use my imagination to just, find like a happy place. But it would still get so bad that I had suicidal thoughts and I would slit my wrists. But, there was only one constant thing that kept me going, and that was my mother and church. So I dropped out of high school and earned my GED, and I was homeless for a couple months before I was, finally able to get playwriting and get up on that stage, and life really, turned around for me.
You had a hard life. What do you think about criticism?
Well, when I first started off producing movies, I would screen the movies to critics, but I found that a lot of them weren't necessarily the biggest fans of my movies, and it would end up hurting my profit because, people listen to what critics say, and if the critics say, this isn't the best movie, go spend your money elsewhere, then, they'll go see a different movie. So I thought to myself, what's the point if it's just going to take away from the profit? So I don't ever change any of my movies because of what critics say, but I don't screen it to them either.
And to the last question, what impact do you think you have on entertainment?
Well, I've shown in a lot of my movies and shows that people want to go to church just as much as they want to go to movies. And I also like to build around a strong sense of family. Just like in old 80s shows like The Crosby Show, and hopefully modern shows will take that same ideologically, and society will start building around strong families.
Well, thank you very much for joining us today. And that was it for today.